Of the Great War of the Ring, many songs have been sung and many tales told.
Like the tale of how Ian McKellen wanted too much money, so now you're stuck with me.
The king and Frodo the Ring-Bearer are greatly revered, and rightly so.
But this tale is not about them. They also wanted too much money.
Further than the lands of Gondor and Rohan alone.
Hey, Steve, you're standing in front of the light. I'm trying to film this map. Steve.
Had a handful of heroes not stood in his path. Their stories, too, deserve to be told.
Their stories aren't as good, but here we are.
To one such tale, which begins here in the town of Bree, just a few short days before Frodo arrived on his quest.
I want this to be about people who are trying to meet up with Frodo, but they keep missing him every time. They're like fans of the Fellowship.
Eredon. Well met. And in company with Andriel of Rivendell and Farin of Erebor.
It's the fantasy trope trio, an elf, a dwarf, and a human.
The prancing pony. You were at Sarn Ford last I knew. Do you bear news from Halbarad?
Oh, yeah. He says hi.
Grim news. I feared it would be so. Quickly, tell me what has happened, but keep your voices low. There are unfriendly ears, even here in Bree.
Like that guy by the bar. He's got super weird ears.
Sarn Ford was attacked by 9 Black Riders.
Where do the Black Riders get their horses? Are they bred that way?
Like, if the horse was separated from the rider, would it be still evil, or would it just be like, doop-a-doop-a-doo, I'm a horse?
Do they naturally get the red eyes?
Contact lenses.
Ah.
We were overwhelmed, and the enemy passed into the Shire.
So, our bad.
Worse than I imagined. I know these riders. It is from Mordor they come.
Or, they come from Mordor is an easier sentence to say.
Not everything bad comes from Mordor, guys. I bet if you're walking along and stub your toe, it'd be, from Mordor this rock comes.
Bad were our losses.
Very bad. We tried to resist them, but they were surrounded by an aura of unnatural dread.
So what you're saying is you let them into the Shire because they creeped you out?
They stood really close and breathed heavily. It was super creepy.
Hiya folks, Russell here. Come join the Fellowship of the Eyeball.
Guys, I'm gonna level with you. I cannot see a thing out of this helmet.
Agendour.
Please, Aggie. My mom calls me Agendour.
Commanded, I have stirred up the orcs of the mountains.
I told them the hobbits said something bad about their moms. They're very cranky.
Return at once and prepare your forces. We will have need of them soon.
In the meantime, do you have a lozenge? These lands have known peace for too long.
Well, what's wrong with peace?
The Dark Lord doesn't want war forever. Theoretically, he wants to win, which would result in peace. Just, peace that he gets to control.
If this Agendour has a force at Fornost, then our position grows all the more desperate.
If I knew what Agendour or Fornost were, I would agree with you completely.
It can't be the enemy sees them as a threat.
No, they don't want to kill the hobbits. They want to kidnap them and force them to make delicious pastries.
A great burden. If it falls into the hands of the enemy, it will mean doom for us all. Now this hobbit is adrift on the road with enemies all around. I must find him before they do.
And I'm gonna do that by staying here for several days until he happens to arrive.
Gladly do whatever you command. I'm a part of this now as well.
Huh. It doesn't really have the same ring to it as, you have my axe.
Yeah, he's just sort of saying, I am also here.
At Fornost. Travel there and do whatever you can to keep the enemy's eye turned towards you and away from the Shire.
Stand behind them and go, whoop, 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 look at us.
Elladan and Elrohir.
I want you to travel extremely noisily, singing all the time and wearing bells, and have loud conversations about a ring that you have.
Find no better
Gee, I hope no one finds us in this ring that we have that we're taking to Mount Doom.
Quiet! We are supposed to be sneaking! And you get captured by the Dark Lord, and he's like, aha! The ring is mine! Oh, hey, wait a minute! This is from a Kinder Surprise!